Hello, everybody. Just waiting for Tomisin to join in. Hi, guys. Welcome. Okay, Tomisin's here. Go. Hi, everybody. Tommy.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are
Look at all this, your
you?
beret.
I just keep giving. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Welcome. I'm so excited for this
Thank
live.
you. I
I'm
know,
so
me
excited.
too. I got
I'm so
ready
happy.
this
I want people to
morning.
see how much of a nerd you are now.
I got up this morning and I'm like, whoa, it's today. And then I
Yes,
started
yeah.
praying.
Yes, so pretty very well.
Yeah,
Very well.
so
Very well. Um,
welcome. Hi, Erika.
yes. Sorry,
Hi,
I'm just grabbing
Kenny.
my thank you. How do you know he's here?
I know it's always in the background.
Oh, okay. Welcome everybody. This is Fix It Finance. We are with Tomisin Kola, aka Monica, as she was recently christened.
I
So,
know.
um,
Oh, hi,
I
Toby.
get. So I would ask that if you have any questions as we go through, just hit the question icon and let's get your questions. But today is going to be very, very awesome. I really want you guys to learn. Part of the reason why we are doing all these lives is so that everyone can see that this is actually possible. It's not just reserved for a special set of people somewhere. Everybody can and should attain some level of financial independence and financial security, no matter your age. And Fix It Finance, that's one of our specific goals, just to kind of spread awareness and, just knowledge, the little knowledge, well, not little, but the knowledge we shall gather to share as much as possible and make sure that, everybody is learning. So, that said, Tomisi, can you give us a little background of yourself?
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Tomisin. Well, now called You Tomi Monica. So,
You should give us the
um,
background of that story at some
oh, the
point.
background. So I ordered food, and by the way, I called them to order it, and I spelled my name,
Mm.
but I guess laziness made them to write that. You Tomi Monica. Anyways, whatever. We roll with it. I'm not mad. So a little background of myself. I'm in my early 20s. I'm a
Yay.
biologist and an environmental biologist.
I
Because
was
when
gonna
people
say there's
say
something
that,
missing ahead.
they tend to think like lab work kind of stuff. No, I'm an environmental biologist by profession. A child of God every day, all day.
Hey.
Hey. But yeah, that's it about me. And I'm oh yeah, I think I can say I graduated 2 years ago. And yeah, that too.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, a big girl now.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll get right into it. So how did the journey start with you? Like what triggered it? Well, how did it start for you?
Okay, so I think a little background. When I was younger, a lot of my friends in elementary school, primary school were saving for some reason at a particular time or period.
Mm.
They were saving and they were talking about it in class. Someone was talking about how they bought those boxes. I think they called them colo or something, and they were putting money in there. Yes,
Wow, I
and they
haven't
were
heard that
saving
before.
it. They are like lunch money or stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, I wanted to join the gang because like I was all saving. Let's move. So
Mm-hmm.
I went and the thing about it is that I don't have self control. I knew that when I was younger.
Mm.
So like I knew that if I bought those boxes and I'm putting money, if I need money, I will break it and take my money and I'll go and spend it. So I decided to save the money with my dad because I'm
Mm.
closer to him. So I remember like
Nice.
just piling up my lunch money for like a week and then taking it to him and I'm like, oh dad, like I'm saving money, can you keep it for me kind of
Mm.
stuff. And my dad was like, why are you saving? I'm like, oh, like just saving now, like I would need it later. My dad was like, children don't save, kids don't save, that's adult stuff. Parents save, children spend. So since then, I was like, oh, party, I'm a
Wow.
child. We
How
moved.
old were you? How old were you around this
I
time?
think I was like, what, 6 or 7.
Oh, okay. Wow. So early on is like, I
Early
don't need
on,
to care.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
he told me that I shouldn't save, only kids save that, only adults save, and kids
Mm-hmm.
just come ask for money and basically
Yeah.
spend it. So I was like, okay, now no wala. We move. I'm a child of God, child of my father. So I carried that mentality
Yeah.
to like my early 20s. I remember even like getting like a full-time position and working last year. I still wasn't saving. All I knew was that I would take out my rent, I
Yeah.
would take out like, bills and all that stuff, and I would spend, and whatever is remaining at the end of the month,
Mm-hmm.
we blow. We
Mm.
blow, we buy gifts for this one, buy gifts for that one. So I used to do that for the longest time because
Just
I knew
throw
money
away.
was, you just throw away because I knew money was always coming. So I think it was earlier this year
Yeah.
that I can't even remember what happened. I think I needed to do something with money or something like that. And I had to like ask my dad for my rent. See, even my friends call me sugar mommy for a reason. So I had to ask my dad for my rent in January. And in as much as he gave me, he was like, like I could I could hear him like, don't you work? And I know how much
I
you
mean,
make.
you've graduated 2 years now.
I
Why are
know
you
when
still
you start
calling
speaking
me?
for 1,000 something to pay your rent, kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So it dawned on me that, girl, like, you have to get your life together. And
Mm.
that's when I don't remember how we had the conversation, and we just started talking.
Yeah, we started
And
talking
then
about
it
money
was
for
like,
some
and that
reason.
was the first time that I even like said out loud, like, oh, this is how much I make.
Mm.
This is how much I spend. And then we
Yeah.
sat down together to like budget everything.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was how my journey started.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, my notes are just down here.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I guess that would lead into my next question. So like when did you make the choice? Like did something aside from your dad,
Mm-hmm.
having to ask him for rent and whatnot, like, when did you make the choice that okay, yeah,
Funny
it's time?
enough, earlier last year, the Holy Spirit actually impressed in me January last year
Mm,
to get my finances together.
mm,
I thought the Holy Spirit was talking to me that I should learn to live within my means. Because the thing is, when I was in university, I wasn't living within my means. I
mm.
had money that they would give me for the month, but I would go ahead and blow. And because I
Mm.
always knew that I could call back home and they'll bail me out.
Hey, now
So,
wow.
so earlier last year, the Holy Spirit told me to get, like, Jonathan, to get my
Start getting your
finances
life in
together.
order. Mm,
But I thought it was more of like me living within my means. So that's what I started doing for last year. I
yeah,
wasn't spending more than I was making on my income. Like
yeah.
my income, it was balanced.
Okay.
But this year, I think also this year, like that happening to me, having to like call back home even as I'm working.
Mm,
And I think the second thing was also I realized that at the end of the day, I wasn't even able to help. Like, in as
mm.
much as I was buying things, I was paying for this at the end of the month. But like, if someone needs money, like
You can't
maybe
help.
$3,000, I couldn't.
Mm,
I
mm,
couldn't take that bulk of money because I'll literally leave you like as we move. So I didn't have that bulk of money to decide. I can tell you,
mm,
oh, maybe in 2 weeks I'll give it to you. But like at
mm,
that point, I just couldn't.
mm.
And I was just like, what kind of life is this?
Yeah, yeah.
No, yeah. So that was something that triggered it.
Okay, okay. Okay, so where are you right now? Like right now?
Where am I right now? Oh,
Eh.
girl. I'm grown. I
Hmm.
now budget like how much. I
Hello.
mean, I'm not the greatest at budgeting. I think we sat down together.
Mm,
I've realized there's still things that I'm working on.
yeah.
To be honest, I think one of them is okay. So my money in the month, I know how much is coming in. First thing I do is take out my savings and I put it aside. And
Nice.
then the second thing I do, pay my rent, pay my bills. And
Mm-hmm.
then the remaining, based on like how much, I have a rough estimate of how much I'm supposed to spend in a month.
Yeah.
So I don't allocate like, certain amounts. Because I know like when we made my budget, it was like $200 going to clothes. By the way, your budget, one thing I really love about my budget with Fikaya is that we added all the things I love to do. I love
Mm.
to shop. Is there.
Yeah.
My hat, I love to buy.
You know?
Then I love to have money that I used to
Mm,
like maybe buy gifts for friends, like, because that's
mm,
just me. So I have that too in my budget. But the thing is, I have a certain amount, like maybe I have $1,000 extra that I know that I used to do other things.
Yeah.
So what I do now is that I don't allocate it specifically, but I kind of have a mental note of how it's supposed to go. But at the end of the day, even how I've become so prudent, I've noticed that there's not always money remaining from that.
There has to be.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I even started like giving like crazily this year, but there is still always money.
Yes. Yes.
I don't even till now, I wonder like what have we been on this year?
You know, that's what to jump on two things you said. One of the things you said about your budget, you know, I was having the same conversation with Tolu. You know, she loves shoes. But your budget is not supposed to limit you. It's just whatever it is you love to do, put it in the budget. I'm like you too. I'm not a huge fan of the specifics, $50 a month to clothes, $50 a month to, because there are months I can go months without buying anything, and then the day I want to buy, I will spend like 300 once.
Exactly.
You understand? But that month I know it's gonna go into my budget that okay, I need jeans, I need shoes, I need this, and that's gonna cost about 300. So that month I'm spending 300 on clothes, you know. So at the end of the day, for everybody listening, budgeting is not supposed to necessarily limit your life. It's just so you have a plan, so you know where your money is going. And the second thing is, every single person that I've ever spoken to about money or helped with money, and even people I've never even helped, but just heard their stories, the moment you start paying attention to your money, you just opportunities, like you begin to see clearly, you know what I mean? Like you just see there's always money left over. I don't know how. I say I know how, but I think there's just something about. And I think the other thing is, when you learn to control your money, you get there's a certain level of contentment that builds up. You get content. Like things don't really move you again. Okay, Apple AirPods, cool. When I want to buy it, I'll buy it. Do you understand? But not. I don't have. Do you get? There's no. I don't know how to explain it. You're controlling it. It's not controlling you. You know
exactly.
What I mean? Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. So I guess before I go into the next question, like into the future and whatnot, I want you to walk us through like, so after January when we spoke, and then you finished. Oh, someone's asking, what is Tomisin's Instagram account? Monica. I'm joking. Please tell them your Instagram account.
Tomisin _MORO. TOMISIN _MORO. You can send me a request. I'm private, but I would accept.
Nice. Okay. So walk us through from January till I guess now. Okay. What did you? So I know when we sat down, we did a budget for you, and then I remember when we were talking, and I thought I was being harsh, but I was like, there is no reason why you can't save this amount each month. There's no excuse. Because I remember
when I was looking at it, I was like, where is it supposed to go from?
Yeah, like when we looked at your budget, you don't have any debt payments, you don't have any child you're taking care of, you don't have. I'm like, why aren't you saving this much at least each month? Do you understand? Yeah. And I remember then you were like, I don't think it's possible. Do you understand? But here you are, you're even doing more than that.
I'm doing more, yeah.
So I guess walk us through, walk us through from January to now. What were some of the things you changed? You know, because like I said, there's the part that I helped you with, but that's most times it's you, the person that does the thing yourself, and you have to make it work for you. So all we can do is give advice. Then you have to tune it into your own lifestyle and your own way of doing things. So walk us through what you did, you know, after that budget conversation. Like, what did you start taking stock of and paying attention to between then and
I started paying attention to my account itself. I was one of those people that I would go out, I would spend,
just swipe away.
At it. I would say, you know what, let's sleep. In 3 days, we move. So I started paying attention to like money leaving my account. I even like put the notification on my bank, like to see like when money is being deducted from my account. Yeah. So I think that was a big thing. When like unnecessary money is debited, back then I won't even catch it. Maybe one time I'm looking at it 6 months later on is when I will catch it. Yeah. But then then I will now start to like contest it or something. Yeah. So like I started paying attention clearly to what I was doing. And also I like the fact that like I have a budget for like clothes. Like I could go to a store and buy. I see a lot of things I like and I buy, but like now I know the amount that I have to spend this month. If anything can't fit in that, we move it to another month.
You just
if it's
wait.
really a need of mine, I will move it to another month. So I like that. And also I like that I put a cap too on how I spend on other people. I never had that cap to how much I spend on other people. So I like that I put a cap on that.
And
so
that takes away a lot of the guilt and the shame that comes with not, you know. I know that helped us personally, because before we'll be feeling sometimes when we first started, I was saying this on the live yesterday with Dami and Anu on Friday Night Gist, that sometimes we'll give away money to family, then we will not be struggling for grocery money.
I know. I used to do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
In university, I know, like, there was sometimes someone came to meet me about like feeding like people in school. And I think a part of me also felt that like I knew that I was always taken care of. So I used to like want to take care of other people.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there was a time that I think in December or something, I had like $100 in my account.
Yeah.
And then someone was talking to me about this project that she has of like feeding people, like, you know, it's the end of the year and stuff like that. And I remember I gave her $90, $10,000, and $10 was all I had. And that was it. I gave her $90, and then later on I had to think. I'm like,
you will need the program that she's doing.
Exactly. I need the program. So before you knew now, I had to start calling, please. And even my dad used to say, "Tomi the philanthropist."
Yeah. But you know one thing, I just like you, I too, I like giving. But the moment you actually get your financial, you know, picture and everything in order, when you're on a budget, when you give, you're giving with, do you understand? Like before, I remember when we go for some meetings, you have all these like, oh, we're looking for people that can give 1,000. I'll be feeling bad. You know, I can't do anything. But now I've already pre-planned my giving for the whole month. Exactly. If I do speech from now to next year, I already know what I'm going to do. You understand? There's no sentiment.
She used to scold me. She used to scold me about it. And another thing is that sometimes I won't have it. Even in Nigeria, when I go home for summer, they will say, "Oh, we want some families to give this certain amount." I will go and pledge my daddy.
Yeah.
So and I say, "Daddy, this is the amount that you are."
I'm entering you into one chance here.
So you get those kind of things, but like I know that it came from a good heart, but like I needed to put a cap to it. Like you can't keep doing that. Like you can't survive on that. And eventually, it's even one thing my dad says that like give what you know you can, because at the end of the day, when you need, you can't depend on those people to give it give you back. It doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was it.
And it's not necessarily wise. You know, wisdom is profitable to direct. It's not wise to say you're giving your entire paycheck and you can now eat. There should be a plan in place, you know. You know, like you plan your giving for the month. Like for us, we have a cap on, you know, for like helping people in Nigeria. Once it has finished, come back next month. There's no, and we don't feel bad. Before we'll be feeling so bad and so guilty. Now we know we actually tried, because in our budget, what are we going to do? Not buy groceries or not pay a mortgage, because you know, but you won't feel bad because you know you have a plan. So, you know what, to everybody on the live, budgeting is good.
It's good.
So the next question. So what are some of your financial goals? Like now that you're a happening madam.
I think a big one is to buy a house.
Yay! I'm so happy.
You know, that's a I won't say it's not too far away. But that's the next big thing that I need to do.
Yeah.
But I think short term I need to invest more. Go more, because like remember the last time we had a cap on like how much I needed to save in my savings. And then the next one was like to start investing. So I think that one should happen before the end of the month. I've been so busy. I started reading about it in August and I was just like, oh,
nice.
And then September, October I was so busy, but like I think November for sure that needs to happen. Okay. But I think the big one I've been looking at, and I think my friends now have been talking about, so that they can put me in their prayers, is buy a house.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, okay. So I guess we'll take that one offline.
Yes, take it offline.
I'm so excited because it's one of those things, and you won't be able to even see the possibility of buying a house when you can barely scratch 500 together for, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I
Yeah.
definitely, I'm so proud. Well done. Well
Yeah.
done.
And I think
Okay.
one other thing was that like I've even been able to exceed my saving goal in a
Yeah.
month.
I was
Yeah.
doing a rough calculation which day I was like, if you are doing that amount we talked about, you should have
I
passed it
know,
right now.
yes. So I've been able to exceed it.
Okay,
Crazy. And
so
I still like enjoy myself.
exactly. So basically, if we were looking at the 7 baby steps, Tomisin would be on baby steps 3, technically. She's done
Yes.
baby steps 3. Now she's going into baby step 4.
Yes.
And of course, we'll skip 5 for now. And then she'll start on baby step 6, which is actually buying, well, paying off a
Fine.
house. But we'll get there, don't worry. You
Yeah.
know? You know, I want you to speak to something. So I know one of the things that came up yesterday when I was discussing with Anna and Dami, and like I was actually thinking about it, and I want to know if this has been your experience, because it has been the experience of a lot of people I've dealt with. Like
Okay.
when you actually start getting your finances and everything in order, there's a certain level of, I think fear and just lack of confidence that disappears, especially when it comes to your job. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
Because all of
My
a
mouth is
sudden,
big.
you know
No.
what?
My mouth is big now.
You can talk. You can be
Yeah.
confident in the office, right? Because
Even my vacation, when I
yeah,
went to Ontario and Winnipeg, there were some days I took off work and my boss was like already like, oh, blah, 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 is this going to come out of your this or this? I'm just like, see, anyone you like do. In fact, if you don't take it from vacation days, it's okay. I'm
it's
good.
okay.
I move.
You know, yeah.
Like, so yes, I think that. And yeah, that's a big thing. Because I remember you shared a story about like even like this year when you needed some personal time. The fact that like you didn't have to think about like, oh, work, you know, like taking some days off work and like money and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's it. Like, because like for me, I need some personal days, like mental
Yeah.
health, that kind of stuff. Like I
Yeah.
need those days. So the fact that like I can do that and not
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about, oh, the days that I'm taking off work, the
Mm-hmm.
money that I'm gonna make and all that,
Mm-hmm.
I yes, that's I'm more settled. I won't
You
even
know,
lie. I'm more settled.
there's definitely I want to say a peace and a certain
Yeah.
level of just overall. You know what? God is my source. We'll be fine.
Yes.
You'll be
Yeah.
fine. Like you can take an
Yeah.
unpaid day just to relax. You know, like
Exactly.
taking time off before when you're it's not really
I'll start
balancing.
thinking.
You would think you'll be like,
I'll start thinking.
if you miss one day of work, that means that
How
paycheck
much?
is
And
going
you
to
know I
be
work
one.
12-hour days, so it's
Yeah,
different. When I
yeah,
take two, how
yeah.
much is remaining? So like yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely one of those reasons why
Yeah,
people should I guess take the time to actually get the financial life in order for sure.
for sure.
Okay. Any other goals? So there's
No,
the
I
house
think I
and
think that
investing.
I think that's a big thing. I mean, yeah, I want to buy a car because I don't
Okay.
have a car. But whatever, I don't really care.
The rate at which you're going to be a sugar mommy. This girl. All the people that want to jackpot from Nigeria, you know they are finding
No, I beg.
as well.
Yeah, because
Okay.
of like how I work, my work schedule. Car,
Mm,
yes, is good, but like it's not a priority.
okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of enjoy, because I really want you to talk about some of the enjoyments that you're having too. Like we're talking about your travel plans now, how you and
Ooh, next
so
year
I want you to talk
we
about it.
will.
Because when people think about, having a budgeting lifestyle and whatnot, they think automatically that you're not going to enjoy
Yeah.
and whatnot. Do you get? So I want you to talk about some of your plans, because you like to travel. You're young.
Oh
You
yeah.
don't have picking yet. You're not. Nobody's holding you down. You get 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. You can move.
Yeah.
Like you say, we move. Do you get?
Yeah.
So talk about some of the things you're putting in place such that, even when you do travel, you're not going into credit card debt or,
Good.
all these other
Yeah,
things.
one I don't have a credit card. I had when I was in university, and the good thing was my limit was $500. I
Mm.
related so much with Dami's story yesterday of how like your parents used to send like huge amounts.
Mm.
That was me. And then they'll call me increase. But I just didn't, I don't know why I just never increased it. It was just always $500. But then at the point, I was overspending on my credit card, whatever. But I started reading up about credit card because, like, you know, you are not supposed to go past this amount, then you're supposed to pay 30. You know all this math that you do to like cheat the system or go past the system.
Unnecessary stress.
Yes. So when I read up about it, I was like, okay, this thing is not for me. Because first of all, I don't understand it. And like, I'm just taking something and I'm just spending it, thinking I'll just put this amount. So I remember calling my dad and I'm like, please bail me out. So like, you just paid off and I cut my card.
Nice.
That's what I decided to put it away. So right now, I still feel like I have a fear of credit cards. I mean, I've read up about it. I know that now I'll be more responsible. But again, I don't think I need it now. So when I need it, I'll get it. But yeah, I don't have credit cards. So I don't have that issue of like overspending. I live within my means. Number two, I always allocated money to travel. Like I save money to travel now. Like I put a certain amount because traveling is one thing that I like. If not for this year, COVID.
As in,
honestly, I would have been entry plane everywhere. What did ever allow me to like last month? So there was that. But like even yesterday, my friend and I created a joint savings account because next year I want to take one huge trip.
Nice.
And we know that it's only savings.
Yes, that can achieve it.
Yeah. So because we're turning 25 next year, so we want to take one huge trip.
Nice.
So yeah, we're saving. We have a goal every week to put into that account.
Nice.
And then over time, it's gonna build up to next year.
Have you decided where you want to go?
Oh yeah, we have all the plans. We have everything planned. We've done all our research.
Nice.
So we know how much it's gonna cost us.
Nice. Okay.
And I think another thing is I love shopping, so I have a certain amount every month that I used to buy new clothes. I don't know where I'm wearing them to now, but it's okay. I see them in my wardrobe. When they open outside, we go. So I think that one too. And also another thing is like entertainment for me, like Netflix, Iroko TV, Ibaka TV, you name it. I'm a homebody.
Disney Plus.
I'm a homebody. Like if I don't have to be outside, I will stay in my house. So I love being entertained. I love watching these things. So that's another thing. And I think another thing I spend my money on that this year, I put a cap on it. I put a pause on it because of COVID. Because I'm going for conferences, Christian conferences.
I know you used to do that.
I travel for those. That's part of my traveling. So I have budget for that too. I have a lot of Christian conferences. Like even next year, Oinko and I will go to Australia for work.
I like that.
This is how but at least I plan things. And I
yeah.
save up for them. But that's
the beauty of it, right? Because when you do go for these conferences and all this travel and whatnot, you can genuinely have fun. You have a plan. Okay, this is what I plan on spending. This is what I have as cash when I get there. And you say, like it helps you stay so that when you come back from the trip, you're not like, thinking of your bed, your entire paycheck, all the 4 months after that trip is paying for the trip of yesterday. So
and I think another thing is I'm going to start, I think come 2022, that I have plans again. Like again, this is just to have the plan and like you know what you like, right?
Yes.
And then you just have to plan towards it. It's
exactly
mission trips. I've always wanted to do those.
Oh,
so
that'd
I'm
be
looking
so
forward
awesome.
to that. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
my goodness. What a story to be able to self-fund a mission trip. That's just wow.
Exactly. So that's just
that
that's
just
just
a
where
little bit of tears.
I'm still doing what I love. Some people like to go out to eat and all. Oh yes, I forgot. I don't like to cook. So I have that budget too on food.
But the thing is, to thyself be true, right? There's no shame. There's no shame in your game. Do you understand?
Yes.
And that's what part of the reason why we're doing all these lives and trying to show people that from someone like you to someone like Leia to someone like Tolu, you guys are so different. Each person is just plan with your own life. You know what you like, what you do, you know what I mean? Just make sure you're planning such that you're not building up, like what as we were talking about on the live yesterday. You look up and you've gone $16,000 in debt and you didn't know how.
Exactly.
all it takes is for you to leave $1,000 over your budget for 16 months, and you will be
That's
16,000 in
it.
debt. You
Yep.
understand? And it's
Yeah.
the little things. It's, buying this here, renting car there, going, oh, let's all go for the weekend to Banff, or let's go to
Yes.
Jasper.
You need to know your.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to know your. You see, my friends are trolling me because Kayla egg is what I have in my fridge.
I can see that. I was wondering what killer egg is. Okay. The next question, actually, I see there's a question here. Let me just see.
Okay.
So the STEM girl, aka Jennifer, the wonderful sister, is saying, how do you budget without specifics? So if you could give your example, both of us are similar in the sense of, I'm not a huge fan of, $40 a month to repair and maintenance. So, like, for example, this month we have to buy winter tires.
Mm-hmm.
I just said, okay, how much is the winter tire on Costco's website? And that's what I added in my budget, the amount. Yeah. Some people would have been saving $50 from January.
Yes.
You understand? So there's nothing wrong with either or. Yeah. It's just, from your perspective, how does it work on your end when you say?
Okay, for me, I have to sit down and look at like how I spend my money every month. Aside like bills, those ones are constant. Aside rent, and aside like what's the other thing?
Tithe and all these other
tithes and all that. Exactly, those are like constants, and how
Yeah.
much you give. I have to sit down and like write down what I do in a month with money.
Yeah.
So number one, Netflix. I have the biggest, like the most 5 distinct.
So you're one of those community accounts.
I'm one of those community accounts. So I have that. I have a Roku TV. I have to write down the amount of all that.
Yes.
Then write down like every other thing. Like I take Ubers a lot. This is how much I spend. I mean, I had to cut it down to be honest because it was ridiculous.
Yes.
Like when I wrote it down and I saw it from my account in a month, how much I'm spending on Uber, I'm like, Tomisin, honestly, it's like you do have. That's how I was telling you.
You know what? Before you continue, I just want to jump in. So one thing you did that I really enjoyed, and I always, when I'm working with people, that's the first thing we do, is to go back into your account for like the past 3 months. You can see what you are spending on, and then that would help you plan for this month. For example, for November, look at August, September, and October, and just kind of, and then you, like you rightly said, you was like, when we sat down, we looked at how much we were spending on eating out. We're like, and then we looked at how much we were sending to family. We're like, wait, come. You understand? But yeah, I just want to say like that's a good way to kind of know where you are, because a lot of people feel lost. They're just like, I don't know how much I'm spending. A good way is to look at your credit card, your bank account for the past 3 months. I would say 3 months. Just 4 may be too much, but like 2 to 3 months, and then you can kind of see where you're at. And then for the next month, you can then put like, okay, I want to spend this, I want to spend that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I had to like think, because I get free training in Calgary in some parts, so why am I not in 3 minutes? And I'm spending money on Uber. So these are things, but like writing it down really did help for me, because I could see the figures. It wasn't just something randomly in my head that, I spent $30 today, $30 tomorrow, that's under 100. Before you know, it's like $500 on Uber already. So I had to like sit down and write that. And then I wrote all the things that I actually spend on. I looked back at my account, and then I put like a cap on things like shopping, a certain amount. Then maybe like I saw that I spend 800 in a month. Reasonably, 800 is good. Then I put an extra maybe 300 on it. And then that's how like.
Wait, you just say you're spending 800 on shopping?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Jesus.
I'm not going fast. I'm saying like, let's say 800 is what I spend in a month. That says like my bills, my time.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Then I would put like an extra 200 or 300 on there, just in case, just as a buffer. But that's what I mean by like, I know how much I have in a month to spend. Yes. And I'm not going past that. I have a buffer. But most of the time, to be honest, I am spending even less.
Yeah, and the reason you're spending less is because you're cautious now.
Yes, I'm
like you're conscious of it. You're just like, okay, if I spend this 200 here, chances are it will put me over my $800.
Exactly.
Let me go back and re-examine. And again, using the budgeting app that we talked about, when you record everything, you don't need to question if you're over or under. It will show you there, clear,
red.
It's like, excuse me, ma, you have gone over. Do you get? And
Yep.
again, your budget it's a flexible budget. So for someone like us, if I
Yes.
budgeted that I want to spend 300 on a course or something, and that money has to come from somewhere, right? So maybe I'm not going to spend as much on groceries, or I'm not going to spend as much on this, so it moves. And there's times when, like for example, when we need to replace things, like when we go to Costco for like tissue, laundry soap, all these big things, chances are I'm coming back with a bill of $300 a month. So I know that month my grocery budget is going to be pretty high. So something will have to give. But the trick
Something
is,
will have to give.
exactly.
That's what I like. Because like last month, I knew that like I was traveling, I was going to Toronto, I was going to Ottawa, I was going to Winnipeg. I knew that like I would spend there. So I did. In fact, where we were in the clothes to Ontario is locked down. So I diverted my shopping money. So that's why like I like I'm not saying that I would follow my budget really just like specifics, like $300 to shop. I must use that $300 to shop. No, it can go. That's what I mean by like it's very, very flexible for me. And then I put a buffer just for like other things.
Yes. Okay.
And then,
I'll skip a question here. So just because we've been talking about budgeting a lot, I know just from conversations we've had that budgeting was actually one of the things you struggled with.
I did.
Yeah, just because, so how did you overcome that? Because again, for people like us that are like free spirits, like when I say free spirits, in terms of once you've put money to savings, put money to this, the rest is for blue. Do you understand? I was saying this yesterday. The rest is for blue. So how did you overcome that? How did you actually find the freedom? And you've kind of touched on it, to be honest, just talking about you setting aside an amount and then giving yourself a buffer and whatnot. Did you do anything else outside that? Or you just kind of made up your...
I prayed, to be honest.
Nice.
Because I knew like in my own mind, I couldn't. Honestly, I actually had to pray to God for self-control. Because it's a different thing when you're seeing the money there. Yeah. Like, it's there. So I can just pinch. And then I think another big thing, early on when I started saving, or even, now, early on when I started saving, I hit that goal that we had.
Yes, and the 3 to 6 months emergency.
Yeah, the 3 to 6 months emergency. We did 6 months, I believe.
We did 6.
I sent it to my dad because he has an account, just to keep it there. My cousin is here, so I sent it to my dad just to like keep it in his account so that I'm just in the money there and I'm not just pinching it. Exactly. But right now I can save it myself and he's returning it back to me in December.
Nice.
Like,
I'm so proud.
I think you're good.
I'm so proud. But you know what? There's a level of self-awareness that's needed in the sense of you gotta know yourself. Like the other day when someone was asking, I think it was on the live with Tolu, when someone was asking me about credit cards and whatnot. Part of the reason I don't use it is because I know once I know there's that 500 on that card, something will shall happen. Something will come up. Something is needed. Do you understand? I will justify. Do you understand? Like the only credit card I use now is a prepaid one. Have I overcome? Have I gotten the discipline and everything in place? Yes. It's just now that I have it in place, I'm like, I don't really see the point for it. Do you understand? Because I know people I traveled. I used for school. I would travel once a month. I was still getting points and whatnot, even without a credit card. Do you understand? I just stayed loyal to one airline, and they took care of me very well.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, like, I like that you brought that up. That at the end of the day, now that you've gotten that discipline, your dad can send the money back, and you're looking at it as it's growing. No temptation.
And he was even shocked, like, because when I said, "Oh, please, I want to like keep my savings," he was like, "Okay, now maybe he thought maybe like $500." Woo! So when he said like, "Whoa, child, this type of money."
Okay. Actually, let's quickly jump into that. Please. Can you just share a little bit? Just because I know a little bit about the story and like, with your dad and whatnot. Can you just talk about how the dynamics between the two of you has changed? From that whole daddy, I need money, daddy, oh my daddy, to now, daddy, do you understand?
I think now, like, my dad is always been like a friend, so we have like a very like straight up conversation like adults to adults. But I think now there's just this difference. Like even when my brother is like talking to me, but when my brother's older than me, when my brother is talking to him about like, oh, I need this amount, my dad is like, please go and run it by Tommy first. Whatever she she says, I will do. So my brother will now come and say, please tell daddy this. My brother, what do you need it for? You know, like stuff like that. Then I call him. But like the dynamics has definitely changed. But also he's extra proud of me. I remember
Of
the other
course.
day he texted me, he sent this emoji of like, I'm proud of you. And I was like, oh, where did this
Oh,
come from? But I was just like, just because like this year, I said January, you've never asked me for anything. Like you're good.
wow.
And
Wow.
he's cut me off now.
You before you are going to be 25 next year. You said you
I
should have cut
know.
yourself off since.
I know he cut me off now, but I know that he's really happy
Yeah.
that like because he didn't expect it. Like that
Mm.
that didn't happen with I'm the last kid by the way. That didn't happen with any of my siblings to be
Mm.
off in this early.
Wow.
So
I'm
he was
so
too shocked.
proud.
Even my sister was telling me that the other day, because he's retired, my mom's retired, whatever. And then he was like just bragging in the house and say, my daughter is the richest. She's the something, something, something. So I was not telling my mom that how much do you have? Do you know how much of me have? So that kind of stuff. I know he's really happy, and that just makes me really happy. Also, the fact that he's retired now, he can enjoy himself and not worry
Exactly.
about
I'm not
some.
worried about you.
Yes,
Yeah.
about like maybe she might need this money or that kind of stuff. So I
Mm.
think, yeah, that really makes me so happy to be
Yeah.
honest.
Wow. That
Yeah,
oof. That
yeah,
it is well.
yeah.
So tell us the story, the best story you have about being debt free so far. You know, let maybe talk about the one about your brother or another one you want to
Oh
share.
yes. Okay, so that one, there was during the lockdown earlier this year, like sometime during the lockdown, whatever. I don't remember the times. But my brother needed money urgently for something. And my brother is still in school, so yeah, he's not working on anything. And my dad was wondering like how they were gonna get money real fast and send to him, that kind of stuff. So my dad spoke to me about it. So I was like, yeah, no worries, I'll take care of it. So I spoke to my brother, like, how much do you need? And he told me, so I sent it to him.
Wow.
And then later on, my dad called me, like later in the week, was like, how much do I owe you again
Oh.
to send to me? And I was like, oh, that's cool. And daddy was like, like, I was like, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. But I heard that later on, my mom was like, keep that money. Because when I was younger, they said I used to do this thing. When I have a lot, I would give to my parents. Then when I don't have it, I'll come back and say, that money that I gave you,
Where is it?
give me back. So my mom was like, she will come back for it too. Keep it kind of stuff. So my dad called me again, was like, if you really want the money, just tell me now. Like, I'm not here to play games. Let me send you the money. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm good. Like,
Wow.
it's fine. But my dad was just shocked because I don't give him money. And even when people are buying like gifts for their parents, let's buy handkerchief.
Wow. Tomisin, that's so bad.
I know it's so bad. And also
Please.
another thing was in September, I think no, in
Yeah.
August or in July or August, I just randomly like just sent my parents money.
Aww.
Like just take kind of stuff. I mean, my dad was just there like, thank you. And my mom that normally doesn't thank people because she's a retired military woman, she was like, told me your show.
Wow.
So that was really nice. Like
Wow.
that fact that I
Oh,
could
I'm
do
so
that
proud.
for
I'm so
them.
proud. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. You know,
Yeah.
like your parents can rest easy in retirement. They're just like, that's
Yes.
one less child to worry about,
One last child to worry
being able to
about.
help your siblings in that manner. Because I know it wasn't a small amount, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it wasn't.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't
a
a small
small
amount.
amount, but
It wasn't a small amount.
thank God you had been, putting, stakes in the ground and doing the needful since January to
Yeah.
make sure that, okay, now that should any one of them ever need anything,
Yeah.
you got them. You know what I mean? And that is
Exactly.
just,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I was in the live with Leia, I know you were on that one. One of the
Yeah.
things we talked about was even if all you do is that you can take care of everybody in your circle. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and when I say take care in the sense of obviously we're not talking about leeching here. We're just talking
Yeah.
about if all you do is that your children don't have to borrow in their life,
Yeah.
you've done something.
Yeah.
If all you do is that your parents throughout their retirement, they don't have to worry about drugs, this, that.
Yeah.
You've done something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You've done
Yeah.
something. I'm so proud. Okay, just looking at time, we have about 15 minutes more. We talked. Oh, so your biggest takeaways so far, like if you were to teach somebody or tell somebody about money management and whatnot, what are some of the biggest takeaways? It could be sentimental, it could be just factual, just straight up finance. What would you tell them? Like 2 or 3 things.
2 or 3 things I would tell someone.
Or however many you can come up with.
Okay. I think first one was just save whatever little amount you can save. Even if it's $100 a month, just put it aside.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. I think another thing I would tell, I don't know if I'll tell another person, but I'll tell my 17-year-old self, was not to get into anything you didn't understand. One thing,
wait, say that again.
Don't get into anything you do not understand.
One more time for the people in the back.
Do not get into anything you do not understand.
Yes.
Because I see, like you said last year, like.
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You said, can you hear me, Tomisin? I can't hear you. Can you? I can't hear you, Tomisin. Sorry. No. I can't hear you, Tomisin. Sorry. Wait. I think he's gonna call back in. Tommy's gonna come back in now. But yeah, I guess for those that couldn't, oh, there she is again. That's so important what she just said right now. Don't go into anything you don't understand.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
One of the biggest traps.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Hi everyone. My dad was calling me.
Oh.
So I get into anything you do not understand. A big one is this credit card. So can everyone hear me now? We're good.
Yes.
Okay. Is this credit card stuff? Like, it's fine. Like, a lot of people are trying to market stuff to you. They themselves, they are trying to sell their own market. Go and do your own research. Make sure you
make
read
money
about it. Exactly, and make money off you. Talk to people who are, like, well informed. I remember the time we're talking about, like, buying a car was in my mind, and like I heard, oh, do not pay cash when you drive out, it has depreciated. Do financing, do leasing, do this one, do that one. Everything was shut there, and I sat down. But I remember I called you, and I was like, and then when I even came over to your place, I was like, which one is best? And then we agreed, like, on like the path that I should take. The best path for me to take. So that's what I'm saying. Like, do your research. Don't get yourself into things. You will see things like 0% financing. You see that. You see that. Bro, read up all about it. If you don't know it, because you don't know everything. I'm not the greatest at finance, right? I'll call people who do. Like, even the other day, my friend was talking to me about, like, this one, insurance, this one. I said the only one I know is house and life. Any other one, coffee guy. So I think that's a big thing. Really, do not get into anything you do not understand. It's really big. Especially it's part of the world that credit doesn't matter. Like this. You don't want to be playing around with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing is, the system is designed to prey on your ignorance.
Yes.
Whether you admit it or not, it is designed to prey on your ignorance. So it's better to say no, I don't understand, and look like a mumu that okay, I don't get it, so I'm not entering, than to think you are something, enter, and then be hit by a rock. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. That's one big thing.
Okay.
I think the first one I said was. What was the first one that I said?
Oh, save. Put something aside.
Save. Put something aside.
No matter how little. Yeah.
Yes, and the third one I'll say definitely live within your means. It's not worth it in the long run.
It's not,
because like even sleepless nights, guys. Like it's really not worth it. It is not. Like it's okay, and it's okay to say no. I don't have, or no, I don't have for this. Like, bro. No one's going to crucify you. If they want to crucify you, they should bring out the money and pay for you. There's no...
like the saying goes, those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. Like, if you tell your friends, see, this Red Lobster I want to do after church, I can't.
Exactly.
I'm not part of it. Do you understand? One or two things will happen. They say, oh, no problem. You go home. Or somebody will say, you know what, I got you. Simple.
Exactly. And most of
No.
the times I've seen that like a lot of times. Someone's like, "Oh no, don't worry, I got you. It's fine. We're good." That
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. It's not worth it, to
It's
be
just not.
honest. It's really not.
It's not. It's not. Okay. Those are three great takeaways. Just because of time, you talked about insurance just now. Please
Yeah.
talk about life insurance. Because I know a lot of people
Okay.
think I'm young, I'm this,
I
I
know.
don't need it. But most people don't understand the best time to get life insurance is actually when you're young. I got my first life insurance when I was 20,
Yeah.
20 years old. Yes. You understand? I've since changed and whatnot, but I'm just saying I want you to talk about your experience and please some of
Yeah.
the things that some adults told you
Oh yeah.
about life
So when
insurance.
when we spoke about, because like I have like life insurance with work, but I know that once work is done,
Mm-hmm.
it's
It's
gone.
done. It's gone. Yeah.
So I needed definitely to have that for myself personally. And to be honest, I knew about like having life insurance like early on, because like I got my first apartment when I was I think 18 or 19,
Mm-hmm.
and I had like renters insurance on that. If
Yeah.
I knew that there was like life insurance that I could get, I would have gotten it earlier then. Like
Yeah.
there's no why am I waiting,
Mm.
So I called you and then we started the process. And even like how cheap it is, I did not
Do
expect
you
it to be
mind?
that.
Do you mind sharing your like what yours is?
Yeah. Mine is under 30. It's 29 something.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
how
and I
much?
got it huh?
For how much?
For I think we did 500.
Yeah, half a
Yes.
million dollars.
Exactly, $500,000 for $29 a month.
If you go
That's not
to
even up to
Starbucks
Nando
alone,
meal.
you can spend that in like one sitting.
I'm telling you, Nando meal the other day was 30 something. To see how much, yeah. So doing that early, the price, and also like knowing that like I'm covered in that area because I can't
Mm-hmm.
depend on work. What comes, what goes. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so, just having that, yes, it's a thing that you should hop on for sure.
Yeah.
And
For
then I
sure.
remember when I told a lot of people, like, because I was so excited, like life insurance. Now I'm a grown up
I'm an
now, kind
adult
of
now,
stuff.
you know.
And if you know me, if I'm very excited, I say things. So I was telling people, I was like, I have life insurance. Somebody said, I'll go and report you to daddy. That you are putting life insurance this young, something, you're putting life insurance that you don't know that if a knee is cost.
Ha!
I got a lot of that. And I'm like, go tell him. I can't even argue with you. Go ahead. And even me telling my dad was like, oh no, that's a great idea that you did
Nice.
that.
Nice. I
So
actually didn't know
like,
the person said it's a cause. So
you
all
say
I knew
it's
was
a
the person
cost.
said, I'll report you to daddy.
I reported
Okay.
to a penny. Something. I'm like, okay,
You know
no.
what? Just to shed some light on just that little bit of ignorance,
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of like, just listening and whatnot on money. There was this particular story, and this is not one, not two, not three, not seven.
Yeah.
Like this lady, I think her husband passed away the week after their baby was born, right? They both had life insurance. Thank God they had paid off all their debts and whatnot, working the baby steps. And I think he had $600,000 on his life.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 weeks of him dying, obviously the autopsy, everything will happen, and that money came in, and this lady was able to take a year off just to
Wow.
be with her child.
And to
Do you
grieve.
understand? Like just to breathe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm just saying, like, this life insurance of a thing, I don't know why people are scared of it, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure everybody's gonna die. It's
Yep.
just you have nothing to fear. And the best
Yeah.
thing about it is that the people you're leaving
You're
behind will be
leaving behind
taken
are going
care
to be
of.
taken care of.
You understand?
I mean,
Stress
I don't
free.
have any, like, child, husband, anything now.
Doesn't matter. Even if
But
it's your
yeah, like, let
parents.
me keep building. Even
Yeah.
if the money goes to my sister, because, well, that's who's on my life insurance. I think my sister, my brother, I'm not sure. But, like, even if it goes to them, the fact that I know that they would be good in case anything, and with that money, what if anything happens with my parents and they can use it to help them? Like,
Mm.
just knowing that just gives me satisfaction in its
Yeah.
own, to be
Yeah.
honest. That, like,
And
people
nothing will
can,
happen in Jesus' name.
yes,
And
nothing will
I think
happen
people
in
need to
Jesus'
understand we're
name.
not saying anything will happen. Do you understand? Nothing will happen in Jesus' name. It's just,
Exactly.
it's better to have a plan. It's
And to
just
be
better.
honest, even if anything will happen, we go and see our father. Honestly, I'm good.
You know?
It's fine.
Oh, wow, I like that. Okay. Just because of time, let's go into the very last thing. I want you to talk about giving. from your
Oh,
perspective?
giving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started giving very like I think I'll say intentionally now
Yeah.
because I have a budget for it. I started
Nice.
giving intentionally instead of all this buy this there, buy this that, buy this for this person. Now I'm like giving to like things that I really really do like I love and
Mm.
like one of them that I added this year was Ravi Zacharias. And if you follow me, you know
Aw.
I love him.
Yeah, you
I
do.
still
You
give to
do.
his memory. I do not care because it's
Yeah.
blessed my life so much. So
Yeah.
giving more intentionally and
Mm.
also being because I won't even lie. Let me reset it there. I wasn't very like on point with my tithes, in
Mm-hmm.
all honesty,
To be honest, most
because
people can't be because of just not knowing what's going on, you know?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't on point with my tithes for sure. I mean, I used to give offering, but I wasn't on point with my tithe at all. I didn't even
Mm.
think I needed. God has even done me with that one. So I didn't even think that I needed to give tithe when I was a
Mm.
student. So there was
Mm.
that one too. But like now, I am very like you don't understand.
Excuse me.
Once my money is coming, it's coming out to my savings. Like I'm
Great.
giving more intentionally.
Mm.
That I really like, and also the fact that like I can help more, even with larger sums of amounts. Like if
Mm.
someone just needs to like lend this for me, I
Mm.
can give it because I
Yeah.
really want to, right?
Yeah.
But just because like the way I've been my spending habits, I couldn't, but now I
Mm.
can. So
Yeah.
I love that fact. Yeah,
Thank God. Thank God.
yeah.
Thank God. Okay. That's all I had in terms of questions. Anything else? Any final words for, people in your age range, people that are,
Honestly,
you
if you're in my age range, guys, and I see some of you there that work in tech, save your money. I know how much you guys are making.
shake the table, shake the
Save
table.
your money, do stuff with it, honestly. Especially now,
Mm.
especially like even some of us that started off as international students and our parents, thank God for that, for the grace to be able to pay our way and pay everything for us. There is
Mm.
no need. Like
Mm.
you can save that money. You can
Yeah.
save that money just and get off your parents' backs.
You know,
Let them
like,
rest.
you know what Naira is exchanging right now?
I'm telling you,
Bruh,
girl.
between December, I think it was trading at like 280 something late last year. It's like 340 now. So
My daddy
any
changed
parents
for
that's having to
350. It's changing for 350 this year today.
Woo!
That's
Wow.
why it's calling me.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
So
lot.
yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah. So
So
it's
if all you
about
do
like
is
get off
just
your
to
parents' backs if you
mm-hmm,
can
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
save your money and enjoy yourself too. But like have a cap for all those
Yeah,
things. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's what I would say.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Tommy.
Thank
This was
you.
nice.
I
I'm so
know.
proud. Every time I'm just like, oh, Tommy. Everyone tell me that we just be blowing.
Ah, girl. Thank you so
Wow.
much for
Thank
everyone that
God.
joined
Thank
in.
God. Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining in. This has been awesome. I know I learned something. And just, to encourage everyone on this live that you can do it too. Every single one of us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, especially as for those of you that are Christians, as children of God and whatnot, He definitely wants us to have financial peace, and it's not far fetched. It's very doable. If you just look at some of the guests we've had from Leye to Tolu to Tomisin now, like the age ranges are different, the life stages are different, and you can see that it's doable for anybody and everybody. So make the decision today to actually get your financial life in order, and you will not regret it.
Another thing I was gonna suggest,
Go
you
ahead.
can post it. I can send it to you later on. Is there's a Bible plan that I did last year, basically talking about how as Christians we have to be good money managers.
We have to be good stewards for
You
sure.
can't, yeah. You can't be earning or have money and be owing phone bill, things
Mm,
like that. If you know you can pay it, like, do you
mm,
understand? It's
mm,
not that you are blowing money somewhere and you cannot pay that you
mm,
cannot pay your phone bill and you have to
mm.
start scratching your head. Like even as Christians, you don't want to owe somebody.
Yeah,
Why? Because the person also needs your income for their business to keep going. Like you
that's true.
can't. It's not. I'm
Mm,
just saying it's not right. As
mm,
Christians, that thing was like I think a 5 or 6 day plan, and
yeah,
it really opened my mind to so much about like money in
yeah.
terms of like as Christians itself.
Okay.
So.
So it's gonna go off now. I just want to say thank you everybody that's here. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you so much for everybody that joined it. It's gonna be available to for you to watch afterwards. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one, likely 2 weeks. And we'll
Yeah.
announce our guest soon.
All
Thank you so
right. Bye,
much, Tommy. God
everyone.
bless you. Bye,
Bye
everybody.
bye. Bye.